resistance heating. This method is based upon the I square R laws. Whenever current is passed through a resistor material, heat is produced because of I square laws. I square R losses. The generation of heat is done by electric resistor carrying current. Whatever you are taking that electric elements or electric heating elements, that must be following some characteristics. In that characteristics we are having, and it must having a high resistivity, able to withstand high temperatures without deterioration, low temperature coefficient of resistance, positive temperature coefficient of resistance. It must be free from oxidation at high temperature. What is a free from oxidation at high temperature is nothing but it doesn't having a chemical reaction, that we call it as a free from oxidation. There are different types, direct and indirect resistance heating. In direct resistance heating, electric current is passed through the body. That body we, in electrical terminology we call it as a charge to be heated. Electric current is passed through highly resistive material heating element placing inside an oven. Direct heating having a high efficiency. Heat produced due to I square R loss in this element is transmitted to the body. Mode of, in the indirect heating I am telling, mode of heat transfer is conduction or convection or radiation. In this case the efficiency will be going to be reduced. Why? Because it will be, we are going to when a transfer the heat, transfer the heat. The examples for direct heating is electrode boiler for heating water and resistance welding. The example for indirect heating is room heater, domestic and commercial cooking, heat treatment of metals. These are the examples. Direct resistance heating. This diagram shows the direct resistance heating. Here I am giving a supply directly to the charge. Directly to the charge. What for that? What we are doing? I am placing two electrodes inside a furnace, and then from that electrode I am giving a supply. The electrodes directly we are going to touches with a charge. Charge is nothing but whatever we are going to heat, that particular charge, that element we call it as a charge. To get more heat we are going to sprinkle the high resistance powder in between the charge. Why? Because whenever we are having a high resistance, then automatically I square R loss will be more. If the I square R loss will be more, heat will be more. So whenever the heat will be more, the efficiency of that particular heating method will be more. So that the direct resistance heating having a more efficiency as compared to the indirect resistance heating. Why? Because the direct resistance heating is more, that means directly we are going to give that electrical supply to the charge. Because of that reason it is having a more efficiency. Here indirect resistance heating is nothing but, in the indirect resistance heating, heat transfer will be going to be an existing, either by a conduction, convection or radiation. Here also we are giving the electrical supply, but the charge is outside the furnace. The whenever we are giving the current to that particular supply, whenever we are giving the supply to that heating element, that will be going to be heated, and that heat will be going to be transfers to the charge. In this case we are having a less efficiency as compared to the direct resistance heating. In some cases what we are facing, that some cases heat will be heating, electric heating will be going to fails also. Because of what reasons, what are the main reasons, causes of a failure of heating element is formation of hot spots, oxidation, corrosion, mechanical failure. Because of these four main reasons we are having failure of heating element. And next one, dielectric heating. Dielectric heating is nothing but a capacitive heating, where we are having for dielectric heating is nothing but a capacitive heating. It is consisting of two parallel plates. In between the two parallel plates we are going to place charge. Whatever you want to heat, you need to place an a charge. And dielectric heating, we call it as a high frequency heating. That means you need to give an a high frequency with an a supply, high frequency AC supply. Then whatever the charge placed in between the two parallel plates, it will be going to be an a heated. That type of heating we call it as a dielectric heating. Dielectric heating, also known as electronic heating or radio frequency heating or high frequency heating. Dielectric heating is a special way of transforming electric current into heat. By this method of dielectric heating, generally foils, plates, and profiles with a thickness of 0.1 to 2 mm each are welded. We understand dielectric heating as a generation of thermal energy is in a non-conducting material by the application of electromagnetic force or field. This is by a microwave and heat things placed in it. Dielectric heating is nothing but just we are going to place the charge whatever you need to heat, and we are going to apply the high frequency with an AC supply. Thank you.